Hello everyone, welcome to How to Play Like a WoW Pro, episode, I believe, 64. Today I have a replay for you on Sand River and the EBR 75. This game was close to being a carry. I mean, I say close, but it wasn't that close to being a carry. I ended up losing this game. But it was still a pretty interesting game, so I want to show you it. And maybe talk a little bit about how I like to play light tanks on Sand River. So to start off with, let's just go over the equipment that I like to use on the EBR 75. So I have two loadouts on the EBR 75. My first loadout is a scouting loadout. It's optics, vents, and commander's vision system with an optics directive. And I bring that loadout on any map where I want to scout. So maps with lots of bushes, or maps where I really want to have a lot of view range. And then I have a secondary loadout. This is my secondary loadout. I drop the commander's vision system for improved aiming unit. And the reason why I don't use a rammer is because this thing's an autoloader, so you can't use a rammer. So for example, on the EBR 105, the tier 10, I bring the same loadouts, except I replace this with a rammer because it isn't an autoloader. On this tank, I like to bring a decent amount of HE. I bring 5 clips. Some people bring even more, but I find that if I do that, I'll run out of other shell types. So what do I like to do on Sand River in a light tank? Well, there's basically two main plays that I like to do at the start of the game. The first one is to come to this location here, like I'm doing in this replay. And what you can do from this location is, first of all, I like to turn around. I like to hold spacebar so that you drift backwards. And then I come up on this hill right here. I find it's probably the best place to go to. And what you can do from this spot is spot this crossing, as well as this crossing here. If they come on this crossing, then it's kind of bad because you'll get lit in return even before you fire. And then you'll have to get out of there because once they take this position kind of sucks. But if nobody comes here and they just cross here, then you get a couple free shots in the beginning and then you just run away. But as you can see, two tanks are taking this position. And I get a couple free shots in. I get some spotting damage as well. Or at least my team hits this guy because I spotted them. But I see that they're taking this spot, so I have to get out immediately. Now the other thing that I like to do on this map, in a light tank, is to play the K line. So I'll immediately go K line and I'll come to this position here, and from this position here you get vision, you poke over this ridge and you'll spot anybody in the back here basically, unless they're hiding behind this ridge. And if they're like sitting over here, then sometimes your guys middle or up here will have shots on them. But then the other reason why you come here, besides just the early spots, is if you have enough view range, then you'll spot the guys in the middle here, especially when they fire, and then you can shoot them from over here in the beginning of the game. Now the reason why I come middle in the EBR 75 as opposed to going south, well, the main reason why is just because this thing does not have very good view range, so from down here I wouldn't be able to spot middle very easily. So I actually hang around just to see if I can get in an extra shot on this guy, which I don't because my aim isn't very good. But now it's time to get out. You don't want to stick around this area too long, because if you stick around here, enemies that have crossed and have gone up to these positions like here and here, especially like over here, if you get lit in this area, even as you're running, if you run like this, they get a shot as you run, and they also get a shot if you stay here. The only safe spot is behind this tiny little mound, and you don't want to be stuck behind a mound the whole game. That's just not a good way to have a good game. So I just get out. I probably should have gone this way, but I go this way instead. And the reason why I should have gone this way as opposed to this way is, yes, you can get shot from the guys in the back going this way, but you can kind of take a path like this where you cut in just to reduce the exposure time, and then cut in over here, and then the chance is pretty small they'll hit you, especially this early on in the game where not very many tanks would have been able to get here. But I take this wide path because I'm worried about this guy and the guys in the back shooting me, but I probably shouldn't have, because enemies that go through the middle, like heavy tanks, they can poke this corner like this Patriot did, and they can shoot you. But I do some tactical maneuvering, and they all miss me. I should probably mention that I was kind of playing this game casually. I wasn't like try-harding. I was like in a voice call with other people, and I wasn't really. Not until the end of the game was I actually like really trying. But I load heat here. I get a couple free shots on this guy. I do get lit for that, but I escape very quickly after I fire. Now, something that you should keep in mind when playing the EBR 75 and tanks with like 40 plus, well, light tanks with 40+% camouflage on the move, is that you can usually get within around 300 meters or 320 meters of enemy tanks, and if you don't fire, they aren't going to spot you unless they're like a light tank with optics. So even though I was completely in the open over here, they didn't spot me until I fired because they don't have the best view range, and because I have great camo. If I was in like a heavy tank, they would have just spotted me immediately. But now I've rotated over to the K line. Mostly because the middle is unplayable now, so I basically had two options: to go south or to go north. And what I noticed is that the south right now is very weak. All we have here is a low, and he's already half health. So what I'm expecting to happen is that the enemies are going to push the K line, and if they do that, there's nothing really to stop them. And so I want to be the tank that spots them coming in for all our tank destroyers. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tank destroyers covering the south. So if they poke here, for example, and I spot them, they'll get pooped on. And so for now, I'm gonna do a run over here and just figure out what's coming south. But if there's nothing in the south, then that's great. I can kind of play this ridge and get spots for my team, potentially poke over if I'm unlit and shoot stuff over here. But if they do have a lot over here, then I can just run immediately. And once I run, then I can just play this ridge right here. And that's about 300 meters away from here, so it's not guaranteed that I'll get lit. And I can just hold them here, because as soon as they push over, they're going to get hit by 5 TDs. And I'll get lots of spotting. So here I peek over. I'm not going to get greedy and go for a shot, because if you get greedy on this ridge and poke over while you're still lit, then tanks from back here, like tank destroyers back here, will shoot you. Anyone who's playing middle, if they have enough camo to play middle, will shoot you. But now I'm unlit, so I poke again. This guy actually hits me because he's a Giga Chad. As you can see, he has extremely good camo, so he was completely in the open to me, but he didn't get spotted until he fired. And that's what I was worried about. There's a tank mid, the Barask. If I had poked over, the Barask would also have had shots on me, so it's just not worth it. But this is what I was talking about. This position kind of counters the mid as long as it's spotted. I can't spot them myself, is the reason why I didn't go here in the beginning, because as you can see, they're on the very edge of my view range. But they just happen to be spotted right in that situation, so I got a shot in. Now I kind of want to get out of here because this T-34-3 is full health, and I don't want to deal with him. It's not possible for me to deal with him once he gets to this spot. I want to get out, let the low die, or at least let the low trade with this guy, and I just want to get out of spotting range and play back here. Because after this low dies, I'll just be able to spot for my team, as I was saying before. So I should be unlit now. So I stop to take a shot on this guy. I hold my shot because I think that I can get a shot on the IS-3. But I don't end up finding one. But now I'm playing the ridge I was talking about. The only problem is that the enemy heavy tanks are pushing through the middle, so if they move up far enough, like into this area here, They won't spot me until I fire, but it will kind of prevent me from playing this ridge because I won't be able to fire at all, and they'll shoot me if I get lit. But their T-34-3 actually pushes in fully. I'm keeping heat loaded here even though I can see his back because I expect him to turn. And he does. But now the Scorpion pokes up and I just need to I need to fall back now. Now that the T-34-3 is no longer here, he's not like right here. He's pushed up. I can't play here right now. I'll get spotted. So I have to fall back. And basically what you want to try to do is if you're losing the south flank, and you have like TD support, you want to just like, especially if you're in a light tank, you want to go from one area to the next. So first you start here. Once they move up far enough to spot you, then you move back here. If they move up to far enough to spot you here, then you can either just keep poking this, and then once they get close, then you can run. Because this is kind of safe here. You can poke up and spot them. Even if you get spotted in return, it's fine because you can just pull back into cover. But once they push you off this position, then you can just move over here. And then you can even get shots for yourself from over there. And you'll see that that's exactly what I do in this replay. I just move back as they move forward. And I've already got 1400 spotting. Now here's something that I can show you. There's like, if you want to play this spot, you can use this ridge right here to poke up to get shots. The only thing you need to watch out for is the middle can actually shoot you. So this area where the Brask was playing earlier, right here, it can shoot you. So you have to get into cover as soon as you get your shot off. But now they're getting a little bit too close for comfort, so I'm thinking about falling back. The Scorpion dies, but I don't think I actually do fall back. I think I go for some shots on this guy because he's not paying attention to me. And it actually makes sense that I shouldn't fall back in this situation because if you look at the map, all we have right now is our base. This guy's gonna die. So even if I fall back, I'm not really falling back into a safe location. Like, if I fall back, I'm just giving them more map control basically, and we're just gonna get stuck in the corner. But if I kill this guy, then the entire south could be ours. I could go take the south, and now suddenly we actually have much better map control. So I take back what I said earlier. It actually does make sense that I should fight this guy. Unfortunately, that shot misses, which is really unlucky, but then I hit a good shot on his cupola. Now, I'm really hoping that my team will be able to help me, or that this guy makes a mistake, because it's not going to be easy for me to 1v1 him. But he gets hit by one of our tanks, which is great. I'm trying to bait him into shooting. There he does, and I go for the cupola shot, but I get a crit hit on it, unfortunately. But I'm thinking that I actually out-reload him. I think my reload is around 9 seconds. And so it's pretty close whether he'll reload first or me. But I snap the shot in before he can shoot me, so it works out. And now we have the south, which is huge. And as you can see, nothing. There's a lot of tanks stuck in the middle. All these guys are completely useless once I take the south. And so I'm hoping that it's only the RHM in the south so that I can just go win a 1v1 versus him. I do have the good HE shells in this tank, so it's not a big deal. I should have fully aimed that and just played lower on the ridge so that I couldn't get shot from the middle as easy. But like I said, I was kind of playing this casually. I wasn't like try-harding or anything. It's not till the very end when I realized that we can actually win the game where I kind of try hard. That was a nice shot though. Nice flick. And here I want to spot the middle and then get side shots because I know I can find some place like over here or something to go hold down on the middle or just get unlit. And I am unlit now. Go for shots. Probably didn't aim that the best, but kind of unlucky as well. And honestly, I think if I had try-harded this entire game, we probably would have won this game. There, I should have aimed higher. On the surf TVP, the tracks are here. So you want to aim for this bar right here or for the side turret when you have HE loaded. But I just didn't do that. So that was a mistake as well. Now I don't expect to get any more damage on the middle. What I'm gonna do now is look for the SU to see if he's AFK. And if he's not here, like if he's moved up through the north, then I'm just gonna take their base and try to go through the north. I don't know exactly why I did this. I just felt like it was probably the best option because I think I can outspot this SU if he's moving and kill him from distance. I could have potentially gone back south. I just don't like being trapped in the south because the middle can you can't play this ridge because the middle will just shoot you. I mean, you can play the ridge, it's just pretty risky. Now this guy I outspot. I'm going for a 2-shot here. I'm really hoping I can kill him, but I don't pen my second HE shot, and now I only have 1 HE shell left. But somehow he doesn't spot me, which is huge. But right here, the SU gets lit. And now I see a great opportunity because this guy I can 1-clip. And then if you press Alt, I can see their HPs. This Scorpion is also low. And so what I can do is just win the top side. And then I'm in a really good spot. Even though it's going to be like 5 versus 1, I'm still in a good spot. Because this position right here, if you go here, you can play hull down on anybody who drives in. So if they're like in this, anywhere in this area, which they will be because they're killing my teammates, if I can get there really quickly, as they drive in, I can just kill them. Or I can play middle here and shoot the cap. And so that's my plan right now. Going back south, I would just be facing them head on. I wouldn't be facing them from distance, and it just wouldn't be a good idea. And plus, it makes sense to focus down the tanks that have the lowest HP when you're in a disadvantageous situation. You want to be focusing the tanks with the least HP. Not the best shot there. I load my 1 HE shell just so that I can like shoot his track if he tries to side scrape me or something. But now I'm unlit, so I'm closing the distance. I decided to go left instead of right because if I go right, then I could potentially get shot by all the guys who are in our base. So I just left click, right click there to take him out. And I do a little run here just to spot them on the base. And as you can see, this Scorpion, who is low HP, is not here anymore. Everybody is down here. So it's at this moment that I realized that I could actually potentially win this game. I have enough shells to do it. I just have to hit basically every shot. And I'm in a better position than they are. It's just the fact that there's 4 of them that's a problem. And so I'm trying to get a couple free clips in here on the SU, but I recognize, and unfortunately I get hit by this SU. If I didn't get hit by this SU, I think I might have, it would have been a very close game. But I recognize that the EBR 75 is going to be pushing like this. I didn't spot him coming this way, so he's almost certainly coming like this, just to come kill me. So what I decided to do is get distance and try to make it over here. In retrospect, I could have potentially gone even further, like over here, but I'm not sure whether that would have been any better or not. I get spotted, which really sucks. I'm trying to keep vision because I know that this EBR 75 is trying to close the distance, so I want to see where he's coming from. But I don't actually spot him. I think I got really bad timing, where as soon as I went over this ridge, he went around this corner or went from over here. And I just missed my shots. Well, I missed my first shot, which is bad. So I have to outplay this guy super hard if I want to win this game, but he is a 2-clippable as long as I average roll. I just need to hit the shot right here, and I do. Now, I potentially should have just stayed on this side, shot him once, then turned and killed him. But, I don't know, I just decided in the moment that I didn't think it was worth it to do that. I thought he would kill me first. Here I go for a shot on him, but unfortunately the SU kills me. But yeah, if I had just stopped here and gone for the high roll, then I would have probably, I had a 50-50 chance of killing him basically. And I probably would have got the first shot off, so it would have been 50-50. And if that had happened, then I would have been in a pretty good position because I can just get unlit, go over this ridge. The SU wouldn't spot me from that distance unless he has binos. And then I come middle. I come into right here, spot the cap, get the reset, and then I can run away again if I need to. I don't think I would have won this game just because it's too hard to pen the IS-3. So I had a pretty good chance of running out of shells, and I had no HE left to like two-shot this guy, for example, or two-shot the Scorpion. But yeah, still a pretty close game. That's what was going through my head though anyways, towards the end of the battle. But hopefully, the main thing that I wanted to show you this game wasn't even just the attempted carry. The main thing I wanted to show you was just the initial positions and how to play the south. How to, like, I don't know what the right word is, how to bait enemies into pushing and then getting free spotting for it. When you should play the K line as opposed to the middle initially. If I was in like a T100, then I might have gone to the south instead of to the middle because I have enough V range. But yeah, let me quickly show you the post-game stats. Got a mastery badge on a defeat, high caliber, 4,700 damage, 2,000 spotting, and I made 225k credits. But I had personal reserves and clan reserves, and then I also got a mission. So this is highly inflated. I lost like 60k to firing a lot of heat, and then also for the coffee. But yeah, I accidentally just ended the recording. So yeah, that was basically all though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.